If you needed any more convincing of Elon Musk's corruption, which at this point I don't know how you would unless you were living under a rock, but if you need it, I have it for you. Because a new leaked report just revealed how Elon is already cashing in on his co-presidency, his real presidency, and really just his corruption at large, revealing why Elon is so interested and being so involved in government. Not because he's some great guy who wants to fix some problems, no, because he is focused on one thing, and that is enriching himself. And we are going to get into that report showing the illegal action Elon is taking. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button. It goes a long way, and it really does mean a lot to me. Now let's get directly in to what Elon is doing, this leaked report revealing his corruption.
The upheaval is unfolding here at home, too, but not without signs of resistance. Check out this sign unfurled by an artist in D.C. Elon is stealing your data. The message is getting across. Shares of Tesla have had a tough run since Trump's inauguration, with the stock falling 13% since late January, according to Barron's, as customers look elsewhere for their electric vehicles. Not that Elon is hurting, actually far from it. The Lever is reporting that he just nabbed a lucrative new space contract, as Musk's Doge, or as Rachel Maddow likes to say, doggy, is reportedly canceling federal education contracts in the name of frugality. His rocket company, SpaceX, this week cemented an updated NASA contract, adding millions of dollars to its already massive deal with the space agency. And late today, news broke that Tesla is forecast to win the largest State Department contract of 2025, $400 million for armored Teslas, according to procurement documents reviewed by DropSite News. It's your periodic reminder that Musk became the world's richest man primarily through U.S. government contracts, which he now essentially has the power to award to himself, while also having the access to potentially put his competitors on the do not pay list. Like I said, gangster government. And while all that is going on, the man ostensibly elected president, the guy forced to sit through Elon over talking him in the Oval while holding his toddler, Donald Trump, remember him? He's been amusing himself, putting his big preschool-sized magic marker signature on more and more executive orders, many of them seemingly little more than passion projects of his that do nothing to bring down grocery prices or help everyday Americans, like, establishing a task force to eradicate non-existent anti-Christian bias in a country where the Supreme Court keeps ruling that Christians have the right to, pray on the public school football field, or refuse to bake cookies or cakes for gay couples, or cover birth control at their businesses. He's also ending the use of paper straws. Yes, I promise that is a real executive order. And renaming the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, which literally no one asked for and no other country has to go along with, despite Apple and Google grovelingly taking the knee and updating their apps accordingly, like this is the Soviet Union. And Trump is taking that last one very seriously, to the point of his reality show administration retaliating against the Associated Press, barring its reporters from yesterday's Oval Office executive order signing because the AP has not pulled a Google Maps and capitulated to his demands. The AP continues to refer to the Gulf of Mexico as the Gulf of Mexico, because that is what it is called everywhere in the world except in MAGA America. And on top of all of that, Trump continues to push his delusional idea that he will seize control of Greenland, Canada, and the Panama Canal and, quote, take Gaza and turn it into a real estate development and be welcomed with open arms by the nearly 2 million Palestinians that he says he will somehow displace. Also, don't remember, even though he was on the campaign trail with Donald Trump and offering $1 million sort of, some sort of weird lottery in Pennsylvania, I don't recall Donald Trump saying, by the way, when I'm president, I'm going to use my magic marker to sign executive orders about Gulf of America. Well, that guy is going to award himself contracts. $400 million he's about to get from the State Department. A new SpaceX contract. He himself has not lost a dime in this money-saving reorganization that they're doing in these. He's, in fact, making money.
Well, his personal wealth has rocketed upwards since the election.
Who voted for that?
He did very well out of the election. I mean, this is a guy who I think you and I both mocked him. Many people mocked him for buying Twitter for, what was it, $40 billion, or overpriced Twitter. He bought Twitter for $40 billion. He bought the United States government for $200 million. Like, that is a good deal for Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And he didn't just buy the government. You know, Miriam Adelson gave $100 million, this right-wing pro-Israel donor. She's getting, you know, Middle East policy out of it. Or other people donate and get X or Y policy. He got the whole thing.
Yeah.
He got the government and he got to run it. I can't think of a time in modern American history where we've had donors before. We've had a Gilded Age before.
Yep.
We've had a lot of... We've never had a guy who gives the money and then goes... No, you're not just going to get the policies you want. You run the thing while I play golf and use my magic marker.
Of course, a great breakdown from Joy Reid and Mehdi Hassan there, but I want to dive even more into the direct report from Dropsite News. They are doing incredible work over there, showing the contract that Elon just earned himself. Was it on merit? I think not. I think it was on having the entire federal government in his back pocket. But let's check out that report. Armored Teslas forecast to win $400 million State Department contract after Trump's election, government document shows. The State Department's procurement forecast, revised as of late December 2024, lists Tesla as the recipient of the largest expected contract, with Marco Rubio's department planning to buy $400 million worth of armored Teslas. The award is targeted for Q4 and is forecast to last for 5 years. The procurement forecast is listed as having been modified on December 13th, 2024, a month after Donald Trump's election. The State Department did not immediately respond to requests for comment under the heading "Extent Completed." The document reads merely TBD. This is a developing story, and I do suggest you check out dropsitenews.com for updates on it. There it is, people. There it is. In plain English, Donald Trump is elected. Elon gets his big 5-year, $400 million contract. Now, you might be thinking, Jack, let's say you want to make a bad faith argument here. Jack, Elon Musk, richest man in the world, he's got $400 billion. Well, what does he need $400 million for? It's $400 million. But let's think about this. What is that $400 million, that government contract, which assures that Tesla can sell their product, that they can continue to manufacture, that they're already locking in a big sale due to the stock price of Elon's company? Sends it up, which is exactly what we saw, a prediction from the market after Election Day. They knew, everyone knew, that Elon was going to be taking big government contracts, acting in whatever corrupt ways he wanted, and making himself even more money. Because somehow the $400 billion is not enough. $400 billion? How about we go to 500? How about 6? Then Elon will be satisfied, sure. That is what this is about. Taking our dollars, putting them in his pocket. Clear as day. Clear as day. Elon wants to trim the fat? Let's start with your own contracts, buddy. Something pointed out by Congressman Greg Cesar right here.
Mr. Talcove, do you know how much money a day Mr. Musk will receive from the federal government for his contracts?
No.
The answer is $8 million a day. Just last year, Elon Musk was promised $3 billion from close to 100 contracts with the federal government. Ms. Royal, do you know how much the average person in this country who survives on Social Security, one of our seniors who's worked their entire life, about how much they have to survive on a day?
I do not.
$65 a day. We're not looking into Elon Musk's $8 million a day. This subcommittee, chaired by Marjorie Taylor Greene and the House Republicans, is looking into your grandmother's $65 a day. Let me be clear. I think we would all support taxpayer savings, look into money we might needlessly send to billionaires and big corporations, find taxpayer savings, and send it back to your hardworking family. But instead, what House Republicans and the Trump-Musk administration want to do is they want to look into your kids' lunch money, your kids' teacher's salary, into your grandparents' Social Security.
That number is staggering. Staggering. $8 million a day? You just can't even conceptualize the amount Elon is getting right now. And what I'd love to see is a year from now, how much has that number went up? That would be a great tracker. This administration is going to be a lot about numbers. How much is the number of dollars Elon receives per day from the federal government gone up, how much has the cost of eggs gone down? I wonder what is more. The daily amount of dollars Elon is getting from the federal government, or the amount more a day it costs the average American or us as a big group to buy eggs. I bet the amount of money that is spent on eggs, the extra amount because of Donald Trump, probably exceeds $8 million a day. I don't know. People buy a lot of eggs. Eggs are about, 265% more expensive somehow because of Trump. A lot of bad numbers. A lot of bad numbers. And Jessica Tarlov went into even more of those bad numbers in these clips right here.
Reaction when you hear that?
That sounds like a completely normal reaction to this. The problem isn't with Doge or the mission of Doge. Everyone remembers when it got announced, there were a bunch of Democrats who said, let me on the committee. Jared Moskowitz,
That's right.
Sign me up. The problem is with what's actually happening. And if you look between the numbers, people are broadly supportive of Doge, even the Gen Z class, but Elon Musk only has a 31% approval rating with 18 to 29-year-olds and how he's executing this. And they can see the difference between chaos and actually creating efficiency. They're looking at a world in which hundreds of millions of dollars of aid is going to perish because they're blocking us sending it out. There was a story about a 71-year-old woman in Thailand who goes to a USAID hospital to get her oxygen treatments. She died because that hospital was cut off from their aid package. They're looking at lies that have been spread.
It's unfortunate that USAID wasted so much of their own money that they put themselves in this position.
USAID is about $40 billion, and you look at that in contrast.
That's a lot of money.
Well, it isn't when you look at the $4.5 trillion
no, it
in
is.
tax
No matter
cuts
how
that
you look
Trump
at
is
it,
going to try to ram
is a
through.
lot of money.
It's not. They want to take $2 trillion out in Medicare, in Medicaid, in SNAP benefits. They want to add $4.5 trillion in tax cuts, but they can't fund a hospital in Thailand so that woman can get her treatment.
Rich, let me get you in here.
But the real issue here is that he's talking a big game about transparency, but he's not being transparent himself. This idea that Elon Musk shouldn't have to do financial disclosures like everybody else who's working in the government is ludicrous.
They're
the New York
over
Times,
the Doge website.
Also when you pull it up, it's empty right now. And President Trump said yesterday, oh, well, he doesn't need to do it. Caroline Leavitt has said he doesn't need to do it. The New York Times is reporting that at least 11 of the federal agencies that they have gone after have open complaints, over 32 open complaints into Musk's businesses. Don't the American people deserve to know? He has tens of billions of dollars in government contracts. If you are the Doge master, then open up your own books. That's part of the federal government. They are spending money on Elon Musk
Rich,
and all of his technology.
Once again, just staggering stuff. Staggering. The corruption could not be clearer. And yet, Republicans defend him. And that is our job, to call that out. And we are going to be doing so every single day on this show. And if you want to support that, of course, as always, you can hit that subscribe button. You can leave a like on this video. And if you stuck around to the end, you can drop a blue heart in the comments. Until next time, I'll see you soon.